United, Delta, JetBlue, Breeze, Southwest, even Frontier. There are a lot of flight options to be seen when you come to Bradley International Airport. But in this case, it's not about what you can see, it's about what you can't. Notice there's no Avelo.
Victor Narvaez is used to getting up early. There's a lot to do to get Good Works coffee ready for the morning rush.
How you doing? Welcome to Good Works.
What makes you want to keep doing this job? Waking up at 5:30, coming in, interacting with people?
Well, I love coffee, and I know that a lot of people love coffee too. So it brings me joy and happiness to be able to provide that good brewed cup of coffee to start people's day.
Sometimes getting up early isn't about coffee, though. Sometimes it's to catch a flight going far away from Chicopee.
This past year, my family and I actually went to Turks and Caicos. I thought that it would be best to kind of just find something that we enjoy, which is the beach.
The Caribbean is one of the destinations Avelo flies to.
The joy of like just not having to worry about schoolwork, the business, so just being able to relax and just disconnect, even if it's just for a week, was kind of rewarding in itself.
He didn't fly with Avelo, but he was paying anyways, and so are you if you've ever taken a flight out of Bradley or any other airport Avelo has taken incentives from. Those incentives come through what's called a passenger facility charge, or PFC for short. Basically, it's a fee you pay in each ticket the airport uses to make itself safer or better for flyers, including through offering new airlines incentives to give you more options for flights. Imagine the airport as a bustling coffee shop. Instead of everyone contributing to its upkeep, only the ones who buy coffee or fly pay a small fee. That fee stays at the coffee shop to buy new espresso machines and comfy chairs so future customers can have a better experience. But I spoke to local flyers who are skeptical they're getting a better experience.
I would not get on an Avelo plane for all the money in the world.
I usually fly American, Delta, and United because they're well known and well established. I would not take the chance on any other small airline.
When it comes to Avelo, though, it's not just about being established. A spokesperson from the Connecticut Airport Authority says Avelo got marketing help from the airport, free terminal rent, free use of the airport to land that other airlines have to pay for, and more through PFC incentives from the airport. Basically, the airline hasn't paid for much since they got here, which wasn't too long ago.
Well, if you're anything like me, you love a good holiday coffee.
It's very saucy.
Thank you. But you only got one peppermint mocha season in between when Bradley's first Avelo flight took off and when the airline announced it was going to be leaving. That's right. They were here less than 1 year, something a lot of Bradley travelers are just not happy about.
A year is probably not enough time to get all your ducks in order, just, financially and in terms of running the business.
A stance the airport agrees with, releasing an intent statement I asked passengers to read out loud.
The CAA is puzzled why Avelo claims to have been uniquely unsuccessful at the Bradley Airport.
Despite those significant advantages and the success enjoyed by many other carriers at the airport during the same time frame.
The cancellation of these services and Avelo's stated reasoning for doing so also continues a disturbing trend of the airline misrepresenting facts
and trying to dodge reasonable fees that other airlines pay.
Avelo recently approached the CAA asking to be relieved of its contractual obligation to pay rent for the remainder of its agreement at Bradley.
After finishing 1 year of fully incentivized rent-free operation at the airport.
Much like this isn't Narvaez's first time making a latte, this isn't Avelo's first time leaving an airport quickly after taking advantage of incentives. In fact, this isn't even the first time I've covered it.
Avelo pulling out of airports isn't new. Before even starting flights at Seaway, the airline had already announced it was leaving airports in Ohio and Virginia.
That's right. I did a similar story in Wisconsin when Avelo pulled out of the local airport there after accepting almost $300,000 in incentives and giving pretty much the same explanation.
Do you agree with the rationale that they gave you that this was just not going to be a profitable endeavor for Avelo?
I guess I wouldn't necessarily specify it as agree or disagree. My perspective is purely on the Central Wisconsin Airport. I would have liked to have seen it go longer.
That's not where the similarities end, though. The Central Wisconsin Avelo flights were 60 to 90% full, and Bradley's Avelo flights to Jamaica were between 80 to 95% full.
Okay, I know that's a lot of numbers, so let's break down the math for you. I went over to Avelo's website and found the cheapest flight to Jamaica and back. That got me to just over $300. The smallest plane Avelo flies seats 149 people, so if that's 80% full, that gets Avelo about $36,000. How do you balance customer experience and making sure that you are making a profit?
You have to make money. Obviously, that's why you're in business, but that's not like our primary intention, right? We would rather ensure that we're providing an authentic experience.
What do you think a business owes to its customers?
Loyalty.
As the last customer orders, the last cup of Joe goes out, Nervias gets ready to leave the shop and head home.
Quality time with the family is the most important thing.
And Avelo prepares to leave another airport.
What's going through your head when you put passion and love into a coffee or tea and then you get to hand it to a customer and see their face just light up?
To be honest, it's pure joy.
The public information officer for Bradley also declined an interview and gave me the statement you heard parts of in this story. It's also important to note I did ask him how much money Bradley gave to Avelo in incentives, but he told me he would not say anything other than what is in the statement. You can read the full version of that and Avelo's statement on our website. The airline's last flight at Bradley is January 25th, but just because that's the last day there doesn't mean this is the end of the story. I'm going to continue to keep an eye on Avelo just for you. Western Mass News, I'm Sloan Wick.